Hello, my darlings. I've just noticed my nose is really red. Hope I haven't been bitten. Sorry. Yeah, it's me again doing another video, but this time, I thought I'd do one, because I've seen lots of, comments about people that have diabetes type 1, not getting much empathy from their employers, but I did say, if somebody hasn't got diabetes or somebody they know has diabetes, then they're not going to fully understand. So we've got to understand that as well, being diabetics. We've got to understand that and maybe educate them, without sounding patronising. But there's one thing I'll explain to you about diabetes. At the minute, you can see I'm wearing glasses and I'm probably not sounding in good spirits. That's probably because of my diabetes as well as the situation as well. My blood sugars have been bouncy since isolation. The blood sugars are meant to be between 4 and 8. That's the result when you prick your finger, test your blood, and it should be between 4. The professionals will say 4 and 7. My blood sugars at the moment are 11.3. So yeah, that's high. But my blood machine will tell me that I need to correct with an insulin pen, which is my injection. I have 5 injections a day, and without those injections, I die. Any diabetic on injections or using a pump, they will die if they don't monitor their blood sugars and take insulin. So that's the importance of diabetes. Our medicine can keep us alive and also can kill us if we get the figure of the dose of insulin wrong. So yeah, so diabetes really is quite serious. And I'm not feeling sorry for myself. I'm just saying that's exactly what it is. So basically, this is how a diabetic's day would probably go. You wake up in the morning, you check your blood. Is it can you manage and function in the morning, getting ready for work or whatever? Okay, check your blood. If it's low, obviously you have to have your breakfast, make sure you get your blood sugars up, whatever. Monitor it, make sure it's okay, and then you can get on with your day. If you've got an active an active job, or you're doing something that's active within that day, you have to monitor your blood sugars as well and make sure that you've eaten enough to be able to compensate to do that activity. If you don't, then that's when there's going to be problems. Either your blood sugars will crash and go very, very low, below 4, or they'll go up past the 7 mark. Now, both a high blood sugar and a low blood sugar are serious and dangerous, but the lows are something that you've got to deal with as an emergency. With a low blood sugar, friends and family, obviously you've seen me in a hypo, your speech will be very slurry. You'll probably be talking a load of bollocks, a bit like a drunk person. And it's like you've got your outer you, your diabetic you, and you've got you inside, and you can see what's going on, but you can't do anything. So if I see somebody there looking at me a bit like, what the bloody hell, that upsets the diabetic me. And, so I start acting even worse. I remember at work, I used to have a sign saying, don't look at me, because if you look at me, I'll try and talk to you. And by doing that, my blood sugars crash even more, and I could end up becoming really aggressive. Not violent, but just really aggressive, maybe verbally, maybe in my behaviour, whatever. So I need sugar. Lucozade jam rolled in the gums. That's why I've got such bad receding gums, because of all the hypos I've had in my years. So yeah, if I don't get that sugar intake and my blood sugars lift up, I have a special pen, which isn't sugar. It's something to kickstart, to get your own body to produce use your body to recover out the hypo, which paramedics use. If that doesn't work and I'm flat out unconscious, paramedics on the way, whatever. But if I don't treat it right, I die or I go into a coma. That's it. The other side, if my blood sugars are high constantly, it can cause, I've got glasses on now, it can cause eyesight problems. Diabetics with poor, if their blood control is all over the place, and it's not their fault. Sometimes it is, but it doesn't mean they've done something wrong. If you see somebody that's diabetic and they're blind now, doesn't mean they've neglected themselves. It could be all sorts of reasons, but the diabetes has taken the eyesight away. You could end up with amputation of your legs because of the poor blood circulation. or also, going into a coma when your blood sugars are extremely high, and you go into DKA, which is ketone acidosis, which is really bad. It's like I think it's the poison in your body. It's like your body's trying to burn your muscles, to function, but that's the wrong thing, and it causes a poison in your body, and that's when you can go into a big coma and die. So basically diabetes can be affected by anything. It can be affected by the cold weather, hot weather. It can be affected by stress. It can be affected by a common cold. It can be affected by, for instance, I've got Crohn's disease, fibromyalgia, and half a lung removed. So anything, any of my conditions kick off, it's going to have an effect on my blood sugars. And that's one thing the professionals tend to forget. They think, so what have you done to make your blood sugars like this? I'll tell you what I've done, mate. I've been in pain. That's what's happened. I haven't been sleeping. That's why my blood sugars have been all over the place. So that's something that professionals need to learn a bit more about. And also, for employers, it's really important, if they have a diabetic member of staff, they need to understand what diabetes is and what could happen if they don't eat or have sugar, whatever. If you don't understand, you can't say to somebody, well, you've only got diabetes, or, well, I understand diabetes, my family have it. And that's a comment that was thrown at me at my last employment. Don't ever say that to a diabetic, because every diabetic is different and you don't understand the effects of certain things, okay? So never say that. Educate yourself. It's got to be done. It's got to be done. And have a bit more empathy for people with invisible diseases or conditions, because at the end of the day, they've got a diagnosis, and that's why they need to basically medicate to stay alive. Diabetes, the medication will help you survive and stay alive, or it can also kill you if you get your insulin dosages wrong. So it's every minute of the day battle. There you go. I've been real. I said it as it is. That's exactly as it is. I'm lucky because I've got good family, friends. I remember when I was first diagnosed, when I was 18, I was in Penzance. I was diagnosed, and it was lovely because all of my friends, we used to go to the Wimpy, and all my friends used to get the little sugar sachets and put it in their pockets. So just in case I ended up having a massive blood crash, low blood sugar, they had that sugar for me if I needed it, which was really sweet and lovely, and I'll never forget that. So I'm really lucky. I've been into some really serious hypos when I've behaved appallingly, and it's not me. And, it's just so embarrassing. And to think that you're putting your loved ones through such a horrible, horrible time. I did nearly die a few years ago. My blood sugars were unreadably low. But obviously I survived. But that's how serious diabetes is. So next time somebody says to you they've got type 1 diabetes, think about it, okay? And don't say, oh, that means you must have been fat. That really pees me off. And it probably pees a lot of type 2 diabetics off as well. Difference between those two is type 1 is hereditary, and it's where the pancreas is basically failing and dying. Whereas somebody without diabetes, your pancreas is working for you and burning the food for your body to work. Type 2 diabetics, it could be a trauma, it could be an illness that's triggered it, but it could be lifestyle as well. If you're overweight, if you're overeating or whatever, or not exercising or smoking, whatever, could be anything, okay? And it can be changed by changing your lifestyle. So that's the difference between the different diabetes. So anyway, sorry, I'm gibbering now because my blood sugars are low. The high. See, told you. Okay, anyway, I hope this helps you guys, and I wish you all the very best. And for people that are caring for somebody with diabetes, thank you so much, and thank you for sticking around. Love you loads. Take care. Bye.